Hello, beautiful seekers. This is Clarity 1129, and welcome to a pick a card reading. It's been a while actually, and I think I've been saying that every single time because I have been taking very big breaks. Um, Apart from a failed attempt at a shorts video, I think I haven't really done much this month after the zodiac predictions for the month. So here I am with a full moon in Aries reading. The full moon in Aries was yesterday on the 20th of October, and I'm recording this on the 21st. But the energies last for 6 months, so you're good to go. This reading will hold good for 6 months, and it's also a timeless reading. So whenever there's full moon in Aries, you can always come back to this video. Now, as you know, full moons are all about completion. And since this full moon is in Aries, it's about taking stock of all your strengths and how has it played out, in the last 6 months. And to take stock of all of that, give yourself a pat on the back and see where you need to release things. How can you be more fearless and things of that nature? I mean, how do you release stress and start moving on? Now, till the 18th of October, there were a lot of planets which were retrograde, and now finally they're all gone direct. And apart from Venus, I think, which is in retrograde and will continue to be till January end, the rest of them have all turned direct. So, and since it's a wonderful time, we are moving into Scorpio season. In fact, we have moved into Scorpio season, so it's time for action again. And all those setbacks which you have been feeling probably for the past few months, in fact more than a few months, that you will find that suddenly things start opening up for you again, and that you'll find that all those setbacks which you had will all start opening out, and things will start gaining momentum. As you can see here, I've taken the full moon card from the Moonology deck for the energy, which says full moon, surrender to the divine, as well as the full moon in Aries card, which says a fiery climax approaches. So if there is something that you're waiting for, to have a conclusion with, no matter what area it is in your life, you will find that things reach their conclusions. Now, so without further delay, we'll go and take a look at what's waiting for you. I'll explain as we move along. For now, take a deep breath, relax, and I'll introduce you to the piles first before you can choose your pile. All right. So we have 3 piles here, as you can see. The Light Seers Tarot, or pile number 1, with the red Jasper. Pile 2 is the original Rider-Waite with the carnelian. And pile 3 is the Mystic Monday Tarot and the yellow Jasper. All right. These are the oracle cards I'll be using for messages from Spirit. I will be live shuffling on camera today. So take a deep breath, and whichever pile, deck, or crystal you're, attracted to, or you're called towards, that is your pile. If you are unable to make a choice, and you may like numbers, you can check in the timestamps, because I would have put the numbers there, and if that appeals to you, you can always go ahead and choose your pile from that. And if you're drawn to more than one pile, feel free to check it out. But as I always say, at no point will you force fit a reading for yourself. All right. So having said that, we'll move to pile number 1. Let's just make some space here. Pile number 1, those who chose the Light Seers Tarot or the red Jasper, here is your reading. I've already pre-shuffled the cards, but I will still shuffle. All right, pile number 1, we'll take out 6 cards, whatever cards fall face down. All right. Wow. Wow. Cards just waiting to come out for you. One more card. One more card. Wow. Wonderful. So, you get the Queen of Swords, the Queen of Cups, the Five of Wands, the Ace of Wands, the Four of Cups, and the Nine of Cups. Lovely. So, pile number 1, where would you benefit the most from by being a little more fearless? And you get the Queen of Swords. So what comes to me is that it's possible that by nature you are a diplomat, and the Queen of Swords, the card of Libra. They are naturally very peace-loving persons, very peaceful. But in this case, when they're asking you, where can you be more fearless? It's all right to be diplomatic. It's all right to be peace-loving. It's not all right. In fact, it is something that's really welcome. However, if you feel that this particular trait for you is being taken for granted by people around you, then this is what you're being asked to do. The Queen of Swords is a very amicable and lovely person, but she is a no-nonsense person. She can see through you. And what I'm getting from you, pile number 1, is actually you can also see through people, and you know it when and you can recognize when someone's being unfair, but you're too good and you feel a little you don't like to call a spade because you still feel that you might come across as too rude. But what you're being asked to do is to recognize your self-worth as well. So if someone is crossing the line, you should have clear-cut boundaries, and you should be able to just look at them politely but extremely firmly, put them in their place. So you let them know that this is my boundary and you're not supposed to cross it. And if you're in the right, see, what you would do when you're interacting with the other person, being nice, is all that you're asking in return. Either they come across to you and speak to you properly, or they don't interact with you at all, right? There's nothing wrong with that. And this is what you're being asked to do, to come into your Queen of Swords energy and to take no nonsense from anyone, especially if someone's trying to take advantage of your goodness. All right? And how can you release stress in a constructive way? And you get the beautiful Queen of Cups. The Queen of Cups is all about love. She loves herself and she has a lot of love to give. She's on a very high vibe, all right, all the time. And she's emotionally stable. Her cup of love is full, but she's bathed in it herself. And so she can deal with people with love. She's not overly outwardly emotional, but she has a lot of depth of emotion. And you're being asked to release stress in a loving way, in the sense that what you can change, what you can try and change, you change. What you cannot, you learn to let go. And in the process, you be kind to yourself and to everyone around you. There are some situations, there's no situation that's in our control. When we feel we are in control, it's actually a misconception. It's just that things are going okay. When we move to troubled waters, and it keeps happening because that's the way life is, you're just being asked to maintain that emotional balance at all times. Come into your Queen of Cups energy. Everyone can do it. Tell yourself whatever is happening is happening. If you could do anything to change it for the better, you would. And while even when you bring this thought into your head, you know that you're trying your best, your mind is working and trying to sort things out. But if the problem is larger, and if it would take a long time, or if people around you are not conducive to reconciliation or to think things out, then there is a point where you just stop yourself, you detach from it, and you just say that this is all that I can do at this particular time, and things will change. And then you be emotionally stable and strong within, and do not, if even if people around you are being challenging, for a lack of a better word, you do not take on all of that as your fault, because that isn't fair. All right, that someone just offloads all their problem and stress on you and increases your stress. So the way you can release stress is to accept things as they are, change them if you can, otherwise just let it go, at least for the time being, and be kind to yourself, just like you would be kind to everyone around you. Come into this Queen of Cups energy, be kind to yourself, and give the other person the benefit of doubt as well. All right. And which battle is it time to release your attachment to? And you get the Five of Wands, which is again a battle. Now, Five of Wands is the card of having an argument. This could be within yourself, between your head and your heart, or in someone in your vicinity. So this is the time, during this full moon in Aries, if there has been a power struggle between you and someone, maybe your partner, maybe your parent, maybe your child, maybe your friend, maybe someone at the workplace, if it's been on for some time, you're being asked to be the bigger person. Either cut the person off if they are being unfair, and if they are just not willing to come into this Queen of Swords energy and put an end to the fight, or come into this Queen of Cups energy, forgive and let go, or do a combination of two, which is the best way out. Just say that this is it, this much you can compromise, this much you cannot. And if that other party is not willing to, you say, I've had enough of just carrying this situation on. I just like to, let's just agree to disagree, finish it up there. And thereafter, don't keep rancor within for the other person, but just move on. Because if you keep thinking about the situation and keep feeding into the situation, it's your peace of mind that goes. And it's something that's been on for quite a while now, and it will be for your benefit that you just walk away from this situation, at least for the time being. Where do you need to be a little more selfish? And you get the beautiful Ace of Wands. Ace of Wands is a card of passion. It's a card of new beginnings in passion, in creativity. So what you're being asked, if there is a person, a situation, a creative venture, anything that you are passionate about, then it's time for you to focus on that passion and go ahead and get it. Now, if there is someone you like, but the people around you don't like that someone, it doesn't matter. If that someone is special to you and you want to spend the rest of your life with that someone, no one else is going to spend their life. It's your life, and you get to make that choice. If there's a particular career, particular hobby that you want to pursue, whether anyone else is for it or not, you go ahead and do it. And it is all right to be a bit selfish when it comes to things which are pertaining to you. All right. So it's not as though if you are, say, working, you're living in a family, or you're working with a couple of people, and they're used to seeing you every day doing such and, a certain set of jobs throughout the day. And now you have this particular thing that you want to do, a venture that you want to take up, or anything. And so you won't be able to give that much time. So people, obviously, it's always convenient to have someone doing everything for them. And now when you change that, they're going to be in a bit of discomfort. It does not matter. If it's going to give you happiness, if it is going to charge you up, if you're going to do something positive, please go ahead and do it. People will always react negatively to change, but over a period of time, everyone gets used to it. And when they see that happiness on your face, if people around you really care for you, they will see it as a welcome change. And if you find that despite the fact that they see you happy and that's really upsetting them, then it's time for you to look into those relationships again, whether you really need to be there or not. All right, but it's time for you to give yourself the choice and give yourself that much that, you know, respect and love, that you can go ahead and do what you're passionate about or make your choices for yourself. What should you release to feel stronger? And you get the beautiful Four of Cups. Well, pile number one, I have a feeling there's something you're passionate about, but you're very sweet and you don't want to upset somebody. And for some of you, it could be this battle between your head and your heart that, you know, if you pursue this, people around you will not be happy. Is this the right thing to do or not? And because of that, you've come into this Four of Cups energy. You're not even paying attention to the opportunity that's coming your way, because you feel that, you know, it's pointless because the people around you won't be happy. But you're being asked to release this energy and actually pursue what brings you happiness. All right? And how will you be more compassionate? When you do this, you get Nine of Cups. Nine of Cups is wish fulfillment. And you're being asked, how can you be more compassionate to others? You can be more compassionate to others and help them out and be loving and nurturing towards them when you are happy. And your happiness comes with your wish fulfillment. And so if there's something, you know, if you're at crossroads wondering whether you should take up something that you really want to do, or, you know, get into a relationship that really makes you happy, then this is a sign from Spirit that your wish fulfillment eventually will make everyone around you happy. So let go of whatever, you know, if people are showing their displeasure, doesn't matter. Sometimes you need to be selfish, and after a certain amount of time, people will realize that this is what truly makes you happy, and they'll come around. If they don't, well, it wasn't their life anyway, right? You're talking about your life. And I know, some of you who see this would put yourself in that situation and say that, well, you don't know what my life is. I can't possibly know what your life is. But I know this much, that you cannot always put aside your ambitions, your passions, just to keep doing things for others. It is selfless, but finally you're here to take care of yourself before you can take care of anybody. And if you neglect to take care of yourself, then you're not doing a great job. All right? And I'm called to look at the bottom of the deck energy, which says Four of Wands. That's the 1111 card. So for all of those, I mean, those of you who are in a romantic relationship, this is further confirmation that just go for it. It's meant for you. And for those who it's not a romantic thing and it's more of following your passions, please do it. You're going to bring a whole lot of happiness to your family and to all those around you if you go and pursue whatever it is that brings you happiness. All right, pile number one. Now let's take out a card from the daily inspiration, crystal inspiration deck for a message from Spirit. And what do you get? Prioritize your health. So I think, you are so upset about this particular argument, and heart and heart you really want to pursue this, but you're not, just so that there can be peace in the environment around you. And this is actually taking a toll on your health, and you're being asked to take care of your health. All right? And what do we have? Bottom of the deck energy, heal your heart. This looks this would be for all of those who are in this romantic situation and who are possibly fighting their families. This is saying, first you heal your heart, make yourself happy, do things that are important to you. You will actually spoil your health over this if you don't do what is important to you. People who love you, they always come around. All right, it's finally your life to live. And what message for you from the Moonology deck? Pile number one. work through your fears. So your fear is that if you follow your heart, and if you, just let people know how it is it that you feel, if you honestly just face it and just tell people, you feel that they're going to, you know, show their displeasure. Maybe they are already showing you their displeasure, and that, they might write you off, or you will not have that kind of relationship anymore. You're being asked from spirit that it's not as bad as it seems. Work through your fears, prioritize your health by doing what you love, so that once you're happy, things will start improving in your life, and people around you, if they genuinely care, they'll see that and they'll come around. All right. Right now emotions are running high, but then a fiery climax approaches, right? Full moon in Aries, but you'll get to the bottom of this, and there may be a small period of discomfort, but you are being asked to be fearless. Your Queen of Swords energy. Until now, whenever you've been in the Queen of Cups, whenever you've been loving towards people around you, at this time it's time to pour all that love onto yourself, prioritize yourself, and move forward. All right. So that's all I have for you, pile number 1. If there's something that's really important to you, you should follow your heart. All right. Your heart can never lead you astray. And so that's all I have for you, pile number 1. Do take care, and do let me know in the comments if things work out for you. Wishing you luck. Bye. For those of you who chose pile number 2, the original Rider-Waite tarot or the carnelian crystal, here is your reading. Pile number 2s, how are you doing? We're coming into this beautiful place now where all the retrogrades are behind us, except possibly the Venus retrogrades, as I mentioned earlier. Was it in the intro, or was it in the first pile? I don't remember. But things is going to, there's momentum is going to come into your lives now. So if you felt stagnant energy, that's going to change now. All right. So asking for 6 cards for pile number 2. Oh, wow, that's a whole lot. That's very fast. All right. 2 more cards. I only take face down cards. Just so that if you get cards like the devil, I'm not tempted to not take them. So I don't take cards which come face up. God. All right, your cards are placed here. Where would you benefit from being more fearless? And you get the Temperance, and you get the Temperance in reverse. So the Temperance is all about balance. All right, it's all about patience. Now you get it in the reverse, and you get it at a where can you be more fearless? And when you get Temperance in reverse, it means what I can pick up is that you are an extremely patient person by nature. You could be a Sagittarius, you don't have to be, but you are generally a very patient person. You follow things at your own pace. You do things the way, and you're generally a very amicable person. You need your space, and you give other people space, and you generally take in a lot. If people say things, you're not the kind who reacts. But right now, what I can see is that you're being asked to react. You're being asked to not be so patient and let your irritation be known if someone is pushing you against the wall. you know, there is a limit to everything, and there's a limit to patience as well. People shouldn't see your patience, your calmness as a sign of your weakness. They should realize that it's only a person who's really strong that can be patient. You know, you're not a pushover just because you're being the bigger person. And sometimes people need to be reminded of that. How can you release stress in a constructive way? And you get the Five of Cups. There's something that's happened in your life, pile number twos, which has caused you sorrow. And this is playing heavily on your mind. And despite that, you've possibly not been whatever's responsible for this, whether it's a relationship, any sort of relationship, or whatever caused this sorrow, whether it's a person, it's a group of people, it's a family, whoever it is, you have not actually let them know how you feel about it. Someone's possibly put all the blame on you and walked away, or whatever the situation is. For each of you, it's going to be different, and you'll know. But what's happening is that you have just heard the other person's point of view. They've just said whatever they had to, and possibly a lot of it is not the way you look at it. But instead of giving it right back to them and correcting them as to what they have seen and said which is not right, you have just kept quiet about it. And that's why you're being asked to be more fearless and speak up your mind, to not be so patient. You've always been possibly the healer. And right now, by just keeping quiet and staying silent as you usually do, you are hurting on the inside, and there's a lot of stress, and you're being asked to let whatever happen, if you can correct for it and let the other person know how it is that you feel, do it. Otherwise, just make peace with it and move on. Your two cups are still standing. All is not lost. But don't sit in this energy for a long time, because, I can see that it's something which is not trivial. It's actually made a lot of difference to you. And for a person who is so patient normally and so amicable, this really hurts, because you give people space and you are extremely warm and you let them be. And at the end of the day, when they turn back and say it was all your fault, it hurts. And that's what I'm picking up from pile number two. What battle are you meant to release attachment to? When you get the Page of Pentacles. So this particular it could be related to this, or it could be something totally different. But for those of you whom this sorrow is because of this particular battle, which talks about money. So it could be that the fight is within your family over property. Maybe it's over an inheritance. And there's someone, maybe it's between you and your sibling or something like that. Wherein you feel, maybe you've got a larger chunk of the inheritance, and because of which those around you have accused you of playing dirty and they've gone when actually you had nothing to do with it. And you're feeling really bad because you had nothing to do with it. You really can't, if someone writes something for you, which is more than for somebody else, it's not your fault. How is it your fault? Right? But that relationship really mattered to you, I feel, and that's making you really sad. That how could someone you love dearly could actually walk away from you just because of money? Okay, now this cannot be obviously everybody's story, because this is a general reading. But for those of you, it is either, for some of you that is the case. For others of you, it feels like there were two people going after the same post or the same job or something, and the other person who was aiming for the same thing was someone who was dear to you, and they possibly did you dirty and got ahead, which is why the sorrow is there. All right. See, there's someone whom you really don't know, and if it's just if there is a position and there are 10 people vying for it, and if somebody else gets it, you don't go into the 5 of Cups energy. You may be upset about it for a while, but you'll just go. But it's when someone's cheated you of what you think is your right, that's when the sorrow comes. And what's making it worse is that you haven't even spoken your mind after all this is transpired. All right. And that's why you're being asked to stop bottling everything up and actually speak it out. Speak it out and let it go. All right, pile number 2. This is very heavy energy. I'm feeling a little uncomfortable right now. I'll take a sip of water. Where do you most need to be a little more selfish? And you get the 4 of Cups. All right. What I can see from this, what I make out is, for those of you who are in that family scene, it feels that someone's offered you something which was meant to be rightfully yours, but just because of all the drama, you're not accepting it. And that's the kind of energy that you are in right now. And you are being asked to be a little more selfish. If there is someone who's written an inheritance for you, they have done it because they think you're worthy of it. They've done it because they love you. They've done it because they care, and they feel that they, if for example, if I have to write an inheritance, and I will obviously give whatever I have to the person I love the most, or the person I feel is most deserving. And if I give whatever it is that I have with all my love to, say, person A, and if person B and C are not happy about it, that's just too bad. It's got nothing to do with person A coming and asking me to put it in their name, right? I have done it because that's what I feel. Maybe I have 3 things and I thought this particular thing I would like to give A. But if B and C, found that this is something which they, it's a great coveted gem, say, for example, and they want it, just too bad. If I feel A is deserving, that's my prerogative whom I want to give it to. So whoever this is who has written it in your name has given it to you because they want you to have it. And just because those around you have been uncooperative and who've been, have said harsh words to you, and just because those relationships matter to you, you don't do away with this inheritance, whatever it is. Because obviously the person who's given you this particular thing for which everyone's fighting, this person obviously values you and has a lot of affection for you. So you got to respect that. All right? And it's all right to take it. And if the people around you are going to say nasty things and walk away, then it's better that they walk away. I know I'm not living your life, and you would like to say, what do you know about my relationships? I don't. But I can tell you this much, that if someone has given you something because they care for you and they love you, and it's their last wish, right? So you should respect that, and you should accept that gracefully and gratefully. And if people can't digest it, it's their problem. You need to move on, and you need to start seeing people for who they are, right? And for those of you who are, were in this job situation thing, when both of you were looking for the same thing, and this person who was close to you got ahead and got the job, now possibly you're being offered something better, but you don't want it because you're just bitter. But you're being asked to leave that, be selfish, and it doesn't matter. Maybe you've got a job now in the same company, which is, a better job, but you kind of feel uncomfortable because someone you cared for, whatever that person did and got the original post, you just feel kind of uncomfortable taking it. But you're being asked to go ahead and do it. Be selfish and take care of your needs as well. All right. What should you release to feel stronger? And you get the 9 of Wands. You are the wounded warrior, pile number 2. You've taken enough. All these energies are so heavy. This is the only positive card, and it's come in the reverse. All right. This is also, but the way this is, the place in which this card has come is talks about something totally different. So you're being asked to just release your burdens. If you release all these burdens and stop taking other people's reactions as your responsibility, it is not. You're being asked to let that go, release it, then you'll feel stronger. If someone who's passed on has left you something, or if you get a job offer that's bigger than somebody you love, bigger offer than what they got, it doesn't mean you have to let that go just so that they don't feel bad. What about you? What you feel? Have some more. It's time for you to inculcate some self-love, pile number 2. And you're being asked to release all these burdens which are not meant to be yours. And how can you be more compassionate to others? And you get the 7 of Cups. Now, 7 of Cups typically talks about choices. And in this case, what you're being asked to do is, there are so many ways for you to shower your affection and attention and be of service to people around you. All right? And looking at these energies, I feel by nature that's the kind of person you are. You're a calm, patient, kind person. And because you are all that is why that inheritance came to you. It's why that big job has come to you. It's why those opportunities have come to you. And you're feeling guilty that it didn't come to somebody else. That's not how things work. What is meant for them will always come to them. And what's meant for you will come to you. And you have to accept that with grace and with gratitude. And you can be compassionate to all these other people whom you're feeling bad about in so many different ways. Just by being you, I feel you're doing them a great favor. And if they can't digest that, then it's all right to just let them be. You've got a great heart and you can be so of service to so many people. You really need to look into this, pile number 2. All right, let's see what message you have from Spirit. I'll take out one card from the Daily Crystal Inspiration for you. And what do you get? You get Bring in the Light. This is such a beautiful card to get. You are that light, And this is the light that people don't like. But this person, whoever has passed on, who's given you the inheritance, or from wherever you've got this job from, or whatever opportunity it is, those people saw your light. And that's why you got it. And instead of being grateful for you're feeling bad for those people who didn't get it. It'll come to them. What's meant for them will come to them. All right? And look at what's the bottom of the deck energy. Blue lace agate, which says, find your calm. So it's possible that this wonderful, calm and patient person that you are, you're feeling a little off center right now. But you're being asked to let people know that there's only so much that you can take. All right? And stop feeling guilty for being nice. You've just been a wonderful person. That's why you're getting whatever you're getting. All right? So what is this last message for you from the Moonology deck? What does Spirit have for pile number 2? And you get first quarter moon. Your commitment is being tested. So it's possible that you're here, you've got this opportunity, and you're being asked to deliver, but here you're not even accepting it properly. And you're being asked, to step up now. It's time for you to honor this person who's given you whatever they have. Honor the person who's offered you the job or given you the opportunity. It's time to get out of this 5 of Cups energy, and it's time for you to put down the wands and start getting on with your life. There's no other way to be of service. Pile number 2. It was a very heavy-ish reading, and I feel bad if you're going through this, but you cannot take on everybody else's responsibility, pile number 2. What's not meant for you to worry about, you shouldn't worry about, right? The universe has plans which you and I can't understand, but it's always for everybody's benefit. It's for the larger good. So you don't have to worry about taking advantage of somebody. All right? So that's all I have for you, pile number 2. Do take care and do let me know how things play out in the comments if you feel called to. Bye-bye. Pile number 3. Those who chose the Mystic Monday Tarot or the Yellow Jasper, here is your reading for full moon in Aries. We'll first shuffle the cards and then we'll take out 6 cards and then I'll explain as we move along. So pile number 3s, how are you doing? Do you feel the fact that things are moving forward quickly? The stagnation is leaving you. Are you feeling that already? I wonder, wow, your cards are feeling that. One just flew out. And the Emperor, no less. Wow. Lovely, vibrant colors this deck has. All right. Pile number 3, 6 cards for you, and then we'll start your reading. Just quick. One more card. It's really quick. Nice. Oops, it's too many cards. All right, pile number 3. Let's see what's in store for you. Wow, where would you benefit from being fearless? I feel, pile number 3, is that you are at the brink of some major transformation in your life and you are resisting it. It's making you uncomfortable for some reason and you are resisting it big time. But you know what? It's a major arcana. Whether you resist it or not, it's going to happen. If you're meant to transform, you will. And if you actually go with the flow, transformations, yes, I understand, are not comfortable. But if you commit yourself to it and go with the flow, it's easier and you will come out victorious at the other end, and the blessings will be so much beyond what you can even imagine. It's going to be beautiful. So this is what you're being asked to do. All right? To allow the transformation to happen. Do not resist it. It's a blessing waiting to happen. But you're just getting extremely you know, it's you. I feel you need to step out of your comfort zone big time, and that's really frightening you. And you're being asked to be more fearless. Allow it to happen, because whether you like it or not, it's going to happen. So if you can, you know, tell yourself that the universe has my back, no matter what, it's going to work out in my favor, and just take that leap of faith. You'll find this transformation is beautiful. You might find it a bit challenging, but it's going to give you so many blessings once it, you know, once this cycle is complete. Look at this beautiful thing. How can I release stress in a constructive way? Stop stressing about this. Look at what's coming to you. You get the beautiful 6 of Wands. This is a card of victory. This fear that's coming up, it's coming up because of your ego. Let it go. You know, you feel that, you know, if you move on this particular path, which you've never done something, you know, on those lines before, you feel that you're going to be a failure. And it's this fear of failure, possibly, that you're not moving ahead into this particular, you know, Either it's a venture, it's a journey, it's some sort of transformation. You'll know better, but it's going to give you tremendous success. All right, and you're resisting it because you're really scared. You just feel that it's not going to work out, and you'll be made the laughing stock perhaps. But that's not what's going to happen. It's going to be beautiful. Yes, it will be challenging because all transformations are challenging, and they're even more challenging because we resist them. What is it that you're being asked to release attachment to when you get the world? See, whatever it is that you've been doing, you know that everything in life is cyclical, right? And this cycle is finishing for you. And that's why you are going to ascend now. Okay, wherever you are, you're going to find more success, you're going to go higher. But that needs you to transform. And that transformation is here. There's nothing you can do about it except saying yes and moving ahead with it. You closing out a cycle and something new and beautiful is coming, but you are being asked not to resist it. Where do you need to be more selfish and you get justice? There's so many major arcana, the 3 already. You being asked to be kind to yourself, and to be kind to yourself is not to run away from this transformation, but go ahead, move and take what is rightfully yours. You're meant to shine with the 6 of Wands here. You're meant to get victory. You're meant to do great things. But you're just holding yourself back. And there's no one else that's holding you back. Only you. You know, I don't know what this is. With this Justice card here. You need to be fair. Is it that you're not being fair to yourself, or you feel you're not being fair to those around you? But I don't see other people here. It's all you. It's your fear. It's your ego that's going to stop you from getting the success that you need. But you know what? With these 3 major arcana, it's going to happen whether you like it or not. So give yourself that love. Give yourself that encouragement. Tell yourself that you can do it. What should you release to feel stronger? And you get the Knight of Cups. Ooh. I feel you are the kind of person who romanticizes things, pile number 3. And this particular thing that's coming to your life is devoid of that romance. You know, you're seeing it for what it is, and it's really, really scaring the life out of you. But it's going to be beautiful. It's guaranteed that it's going to be beautiful. And you're being asked to look at things practically. Maybe you're the kind of person who, you know, likes to see ideal things. And it's not as though I'm calling you out, pile number 3. I am guilty of being the Knight of Cups most of the time. I love to see things through rose-colored glasses. I mean, if it's beautiful, why not? But there is a time wherein you can't do that all the time, right? And when there's this major something, and I really can't tell you what it is, because there's so many of you watching. For each of you, it's going to be different. But it's going to happen anyway. So if you actually tell yourself it's going to be beautiful, you can romanticize that. Tell yourself it's beautiful. Whatever's going to happen is going to take you to another level, because that is the truth. Stop resisting it. It's just coming very clearly that you're really trying to resist this, and you're being asked to, if you have someone you can confide in, someone who's close to you, and you can speak to them, maybe they'll show you, they'll help you out. How can you be more compassionate to others? And you get the 5 of Cups. You have lost something which was very dear to you in the past, pile number 3. And you haven't really gotten over it. You've not healed from this. And that's what's causing all this fear, all this ego-based fear that's coming up, is because of that. And with whatever this thing was, had a great impact on you, and it's made you really, really sad. It's possibly a relationship. Maybe that's what you were being asked to release. I thought this was you, but I think there was someone else. This is not, again, there are different scenarios for different people. Please take what resonates. For those of you who is stuck on a particular person from your past who's moved on from you, all right, and you've been heartbroken. And it is this heartbreak that's made you so compassionate towards others. You understand other people, how they feel. But it has had such a negative effect on you that you are unwilling to transform. You're not able to let it go. You on the surface of it, it's as though you're healed and the things are normal, but it's not. You're so scared that every step of the way you're going to meet someone who's going to let you down again, that you're not allowing this transformation to happen. But you're being told that this cycle is coming to an end and justice is going to be served. It's your time to shine right now, pile number 3. Just go for it, whatever it is. And you will find the strength from within. Let's take out a card from the Daily Crystal Inspiration to see what advice Spirit has for you. Let's see. Bloodstone, get up, get moving. Just go for it, pile number 3. It's going to be beautiful. It really is. Let's see the bottom. Look at that. Bottom of the deck energy is speak your truths. So delight. Just get up and do whatever it is. Move out of your comfort zone. Wonderful things are waiting to happen for you. Pile number 3. And you will find that things start gaining momentum. And what's the advice from the Moonology deck? A new start is coming. This is lovely. See, a fiery climax approaches, full moon in Aries, and with this World card, that cycle gets complete and a new start is coming. And you're resisting the start, pile number 3. Please don't do that. It's going to be beautiful. This is really, really nice. See, 5 of Cups, whenever it comes, it's come in one more reading before this, I think. It's not, no one's undermining this pain. What you've been through, you know. And it's been quite bad because it's marred you in such a way that you're resisting beautiful change that's going to come your way. But you're being advised by Spirit not to resist change. Go ahead, go for it. You will not regret it. All right, so that's all I have for you, pile number 3. Think about it. I think you've thought about it enough and more. Don't let fear get the better of you, you know. Stay silent for a few minutes every single day. Try and meditate and you'll get answers. You'll get that quiet voice from within, your intuition, and you'll get answers. But do not resist this transformation. It's going to actually rid you of all your hurt and it's going to take you to a beautiful place. All right. So that's all I have for you, pile number 3. For those of you who are with me, thank you for watching. And if you feel like are called to, please do like and subscribe, and do leave a comment letting me know how things are if you feel called to do so. All right, that's all I have for you. Stay safe, be good. Bye bye.